MP Morland Wilson survived constituency shout-off, but Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western, Jamaica Labour Party Morland Wilson has secured a constituency yes-no consultation process to determine if party workers would continue to support him for the next general election. Preliminary accounts from a consultation process on Sunday indicated that Wilson secured just over one-third of the more than 100 delegates who voted in 5 divisions across the constituency. The process took place for Little London, Sheffield, Grange Hill, Negril, and Friendship divisions. Member of the constituency campaign team with responsibility for communication and canvassing, Vanessa Phillips, said the results are an indicator that all is not well in the constituency and there is work to be done. She spoke with the media at the Little London High School in the constituency on Sunday evening. Phillips said Wilson's campaign is aware of the issues and is working on them. She gave the common issue of poor road condition as the main issue the constituency is not happy about. Phillips also took a swipe at her former stooping ground, the People's National Party, where she was a member, by indicating that Sunday's shout-off was not a fake poll. In 2020, Wilson made history when he won the seat for the first time on behalf of the JLP. In September 3, 2020, general election, Wilson obtained 6,148 votes to beat the then opponent for the People's National Party, Wickham Kenneth McNeil, who obtained a total of 5,095 votes. PNP Isat Buchanan aims to distribute 3,000 tablets by March 2025. People's National Party PNP caretaker for Portland Eastern, Isat Buchanan, on Friday donated 20 tablets to kids and Kids Basic School in the parish as part of the plan to distribute 3,000 tablets by March 2025. The donation, according to Buchanan, is aimed at providing children at the kindergarten level with the opportunity to become familiar with technological devices, which he says will enhance their learning capabilities. My aim is to bridge the digital divide in Eastern Portland, where many students face significant barriers to accessing educational resources, stated Buchanan. This is part of a larger mission to distribute 3,000 tablets by March 2025. I want to ensure that as many households as possible have access to the tools necessary for online learning and educational advancement. I believe every child deserves an equal opportunity to learn and grow, regardless of the fact that Portland is a rural parish. Access to technology is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity, Buchanan added. The PNP representative said tablets will be distributed to students from various schools across the constituency, while prioritizing those from underserved communities. One parent, Shaneke Robinson, who received 2 tablets for her children on Friday, expressed thanks, as according to her, the tablets will allow her children to learn new things and broaden their vocabulary. Opposition Senator Damien Crawford defends AG following Prime Minister Holness's criticism of her performance audit report on the new social housing program. Opposition Senator Damien Crawford has sought to defend Auditor General Pamela Monroe-Ellis following the Prime Minister's criticism of her latest performance audit report on the new social housing program, NSHAP. The audit found that the NSHP, which was introduced in 2019, has a function similar to the Social Housing Program, SHP, which was introduced earlier. According to the report, the Social Housing Program was allocated over $677 million between 2018 and 2024, while the NSHP was allocated $3.4 billion over the same period. The report said both programs are administered by separate units within the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation and have similarities. However, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has maintained that the NSHP is different from other housing programs. He expressed concern about the AG's report and rejected the findings publicly. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, speaking at the handing over of a housing unit under the NSHP in St. James last Friday. In response to Mr. Holness' criticism of the report, Senator Crawford said he decided to defend the Auditor General. He was speaking at the presentation of Danishka Williams of the People's National Party candidate for Southwest St. Anne in Cave Valley last night.
We consider it very concerning that such a finding would be found by the Auditor General. There is a saying by a wise philosopher, never put down to malice what could be put down to ignorance and incompetence. So I don't know why this finding would be levied against a program that is delivering real, well needed benefits to the people of Jamaica. We will review the report as we always do. We will respond. And if there are shortcomings, we are constantly seeking to improve the way in which we deliver benefits to the people. But I'm very concerned, indeed, I find it very disturbing that a program like the new social housing program, which was carefully crafted, well executed, is being almost attacked. The new social housing program has not spent $3.4 billion to date. That is incorrect and untrue.
Former cops turned politicians. When Joe Williams was appointed Commissioner of Police in 1982, there was little surprise as he had been long known as a policeman who supported Edward Seago's Jamaica Labour Party. Similarly, when former Police Commissioner Lucius Thomas was selected by the People's National Party (PNP) to contest the St. and Northwestern seat in 2010, it was also not a surprise to many. But there are many other former Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF members who did not appear partisan who have entered representational politics. According to political commentator and veteran journalist Lloyd B. Simmet, cops entering representational politics is a natural progression as it's an extension of the service-driven job they held for years. His comments come as Steve McGregor, a retired senior superintendent of police, was presented last week by the People's National Party President Mark Golding as Member of Parliament MP aspirant for Kingston Central in the next general election. Being in the constabulary force is one way of serving the public, and if a police officer is a very well involved person, community-oriented person, as some have been, then it's a natural progression for them to move into the political arena. On the other hand, it could be that some of the police officers are simply seeking to broaden their career path and perhaps want to get some kind of national recognition for themselves, Simi told reporters. Among the retired cops who have joined the political fray are the late Assistant Commissioner Owen Stevenson JLP, retired Senior Superintendent of Police Newton Amos JLP, Paul Thompson JLP, Peter Abrams JLP, Davion Brown JLP, and Homer Davis JLP. The majority of these lawmen were successful in their political bids, which Simmet said could have resulted for their treatment of citizens during their time in the JCF. I think a lot has to do with their reputation when they were police officers. If, for example, there was this perception that they were, let's say, corrupt or were too hard-nosed and in some instances cruel to persons in the community, because as you know well, police officers are never usually trusted, so there's a trust factor that would play a lot as to whether or not they would be able to go over the threshold and become an effective politician, Simmet reasoned. He added, however, that a bad reputation could have easily resulted in failure. On the other hand, if there is this concern that when you were a police officer you beat up my son, you do all sorts of things that were not in their mind suitable and professional, then they would perhaps hesitate. So I think the trust factor would be the most important thing, as well as the extent to which the particular police officer, before being a politician, develop a meaningful relationship with the community, Simmet added. The late Assistant Commissioner Stevenson, described as the epitome of service during his funeral in 2012, served for 25 years as councillor for the Greendale, Lawrencetown, and Sligoville divisions in St. Catherine, and announced he would not seek re-election months before his passing. Comparatively, Jamaica's 25th Police Commissioner, the late Lucius Thomas' career in representational politics was short-lived. He resigned as police commissioner in 2007 and in 2010 was selected by the People's National Party to contest the St. Andrew Northwest seat. However, 5 months before the December 2011 general election, Thomas stepped away from representational politics due to health concerns. He died in 2023 at the age of 73. Twice voted as MP in Hanover Eastern, Hume Brown has experienced success in politics. Meanwhile, Davis has climbed the ranks from Councillor of the Anchovy Cambridge Division and Mayor of Montego Bay, and is now Member of Parliament for St. James Southern and a Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister. Thompson is the councillor for the division in Portland and was unanimously voted as mayor for Port Antonio for a second term, while Peter Abrams remained the councillor for Bogwant division in St. Catherine after being voted to the position in 2012. Abrams was selected in 2016 to represent the JLP in St. Catherine North Central, but had stepped aside, citing personal reasons. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.